Got vision and destiny. Add elemental, that's chemistry. All those heroes, that's infinity. It's endgame.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the deck profile. This deck profile will be for my Isolde, Dolphin, Mhero, Handloop deck. This is the current build that I came up with, the one that I feel like, gave me the most consistency. And mostly that included, cutting a couple cards that I felt like they were win more cards and I didn't necessarily need them in order to surcharge, to make my combo any better. So we tried to cut it down to the essentials of what I needed, along with Pot of Prosperity to ensure and help us get to those cards we need there. Also with the side deck will need to be changed, according to the new ban list and everything that we have coming up here, and yeah, I'll talk about that after the deck profile, how I feel about it, and what could end up happening with heroes. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into this deck profile. Like I said, the main thing is like the side deck. You might want to put crossouts off inside of there, depending on how the meta shifts and what's going on. I didn't put them off in there for the purposes of the tournament that I played in using the deck. Like I just felt like I could kind of, even if I did end up getting hit with a hand trap, I felt like most of the time I could still, pretty much make like Appaloosa or something to have the books and still be fine. So yeah. And like I said, the only games that I pretty much lost with this are the games where I just completely bricked because, other than that, you can play around D barrier. Also, since you have link monsters, you can link climb up into access code talker along with, unicorn and stuff like that. So pretty much the games that I lost were, going first into game 3 and just bricking, which I haven't played with this current build, but, for the purposes of the deck profile and the test hands that I was doing, this is the build that I felt like, gave me the most consistency. Well, let's go ahead and start off with our monsters. Of course, gotta have the OG Neos there. Gotta have let's look at our elemental heroes that we have here. We got 2 Stratos. I wish it could be cut down to 1, but if you draw 1, you make sure hero lives, kind of dead. So yeah, gotta run 2 of them, and then you gotta have this for the combo. All these like little pieces are just like essential for the combo. One ofs that you should run to make the deck work. Pretty much that's what it comes down to. It needs these are the bare essentials. Sometimes you might feel like you need 2 Shadow Mist, but I feel like with this deck, when you go first and you hand loop your opponent for 4 or 5 cards, they're not getting another turn because you should definitely win after that as long as you play everything correctly as you should. So yeah, those are the E heroes. Then vision heroes. 1 Ferris, 1 Vion. There's no increase in here because if you use Ferris's effect to put increase into your spell and trap cards on, it blocks you into heroes. And pretty much Ferris is off in here if you don't have like a warrior extender and you have to normal summon Stratos and you have another E hero in hand. That way you can still, get to Isolde and do Isolde things with the deck, So yeah, that's the main purposes of Ferris. And then 1 Vion, of course, you need that one for the combo. So that's what he's off in there. So those are Vision heroes. And then Destiny heroes, just 2. You need the Malleys off in there. If you don't like Mally, this could be like any Destiny hero. Like if you wanted to run Fusion Destiny, this could be, Dasher and Celestial or something. It doesn't really matter too much. You just need to make sure that you have 1 in order to be able to make DPE, because you can use it and make it with, whatever fusion monster you happen to bring out. This just needs to be a level 6 or higher hero. This is the one that I felt like worked the best because I could discard it, off a Dolphin or as part as, my combos or anything like that. Or my discards cost to discard cards out of my opponent's hand and then still bring them back from the graveyard to have him out on the board. Sometimes I might need to make DPE with Proxy Magician, you never know. So yeah, really like Mally. Then our other warriors, we got 3 Neo Space Connectors. Gotta have those, essential part of the combo. Fire Flint Lady, Renaud, Dolphin, and Crosskeeper. all of our Isolde targets, plus, you know, the Fireflint Lady, Good Warrior extender, Renaud, you know, not necessarily the best extender, but sometimes if you open up with Crosskeeper, or if you get hand trapped, you know, you need Renaud in order to be able to make like Appaloosa, or, you know, or access code talker or something like that. So yeah, he makes it pretty easy to accomplish those boards. Basically, you know, you get 2 warriors out there, you can special summon out the Renaud, send the fossil, living fossil, and then, you know, you can link those 2 off into unicorn, you know, bounce back something if you need to, use the living fossil to special summon out, you know, another monster from your graveyard, and then link those off into access code talker. So yeah, that's the main reason for Renaud being off in there. You know, he allows you to add that equip spell back. You know, sometimes you want to get your divine sword and stuff back, but yeah, so if you don't end up having to special summon Crosskeeper with a Isolde's effect, you know, that's when he's like the most useful. And then of course Dolphin, because we need that one to hand loop, and, you know, 3 connectors. So it's pretty much like the monster lineup for the deck right there. Like I said, I toned it down to be like the bare essentials of what we need in order to make the combo work without a bunch of like cloggy pieces. So, you know, that's that right there. Then we got our spell cards. We got 3 A Hero Lives, 3 Pot of Prosperities, and then a bunch of spell 1-ofs. Yeah, a bunch of, well, here, let's do it like this. We'll do all these 1-ofs, and then we'll do the equips, so I can talk about the equips afterwards. So yeah, gotta have 3 A Hero Lives, essential part of the combo, and then 3 Pot of Prosperity to make the deck more consistent. Really, really good card. Then Call by the Grave, you know, I feel like it's just really good. I don't see any reason not to run it. Like, even if your opponent isn't playing hand traps, a lot of decks have graveyard effects. You know, even our deck has graveyard effects. So, you know, it's a free negate stop on those. Plus, you know, it stops hand traps. Then you got your Rhoda. We got 1 in shuffle. I was running 2, but it just felt like it wasn't always useful, and I didn't need it all that much. But I did want to have a second target in case I drew my instant contact. And I just wanted to have something else that I could add that wasn't like polymerization or something, you know, just in case, you know, it does help with the, I think even in the test hand video, I think I drew instant contact, maybe. And then I was able to search for in shuffle, and it made it possible for us to be able to hand loop for 5 cards. So yeah. Then we got Poly and Miracle, of course. And yeah, bare essentials, like I said, to get what you need in order to make it work. And then, you know, I'll talk for a second about the equip cards. I was going to run like 2 Durandal Phoenix Blade, but the thing is, like, in order to summon Crosskeeper, you need to be able to send, 2 different equip cards. And it's just like, when I was drawing like the Divine Sword and I had the 2 Infalnoble Arms, it's like, man, I can't special summon my Crosskeeper now because my other 2 equip cards are the same one. So yeah, I had to do it like this. And then plus, like I said, when you need to link climb up into access code talker or Appaloosa, like if you get hand trapped or something like that, you have the living fossil that Renaud can grow, that Renaud can grab back, that allows you to like link climb without having to search again. So yeah, it's just like one of those things, you know, if you get debarriered or if you get hand trapped, you know, it still gives you some play, some options, things in order to be able to do. So these are the 3 equip cards that I ended up, you know, going with. There are things you can do if you wanted to make the deck a little bit larger in size and put like 5 equip cards off in there. That way you could, you know, special summon out a level 4 hero with Isolde if you need to. That's also another option, which, you know, if you get to play test it and try it like that, let me know. It was something I was thinking about doing, but, you know, I just wanted to try to keep the deck to a bare minimum. But like I said, there are some times where you don't draw your hero engine, and, you know, having those 5 equip cards off in there gives you a chance to access your hero engine without having to, you know, add in more different hero cards. But yeah. And also there are some times where, you know, you need to get to your Dolphin. You got to your heroes, but you need to get to your Dolphin. And if you have all 3 equip cards off in there, you can send all 3 of them to special summon the Dolphin out, you know, because he is a warrior. So don't forget about that also. So yeah, there go those equip cards. And then of course our 1 trap card, favorite contact, best trap in all of Yu-Gi-Oh. The best trap in all of Heroes. Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, we can search it archetype specific. Love this card. Special summon. Sometimes I special summon CBE. There are times where I had to special summon Ab-Zero, Big Chill. Times where, you know, most of the time it's Shining Neo Swingman. But yeah, very versatile card. Love this card, especially because it can use our Banished also. So very resourceful. Then for our going second cards, we got 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Book of Moon, 2 Thrust, and 1 Talents. I was playing 3 Thrust, but I don't know, it just felt like really clunky to me. And then all the time the opponents wasn't on hand traps, they were on going second cards like these, and it just felt like really, really bad. But I still wanted to run 2 because, you know, it's really good for, you know, if you get like what is it, shifted, like for getting shifted and stuff like that, you know, being able to sometimes there were times where I would just set, you know, favorite contact, you know, search with Stratos, set favorite contact to give myself a chance to play or, you know, if they had stuff on board, a lot of times I was using Thrust to search out a Hero Lives to combo off and, you know, be able to make it into my plays. But, you know, very versatile card, especially like once you get into your side deck, it allows you to add certain cards so that you don't just get like blown out in the game. But yeah, so those are my 9 going second cards. The deck is 41 cards. I tried to get it down to 40. It just felt like, you know, everything that's left off in there, I felt like I kind of needed. Though, I mean, you could, if you really wanted to go down to 40, you could cut this down 1 more and go down to it. You know, it's just matter of preference. I decided to leave it that way. But with Pot of Prosperity off of there, you know, you maybe want to just run exactly 40. So yeah, that's the main deck. Then we got our extra deck. We got Infernal Rage, Sunrise, Ab-Zero, Shiny Neo Swingman, and then our Dolphin package. Let me flip this one over so that y'all don't get confused. But you know, yeah, these are elemental heroes in our Dolphin package. Every one of them is essentially needed. This one is not necessarily needed. This could probably be cut and, you know, to leave the second Isolde off inside of there. I just wanted to have like another instant contact target, you know, in case I needed him out there on the board. But you do need 2 of the Aqua Neoses, because most of the time that's what you're going to be bringing out with instant contact, and then that's also what you're going to bring out with Infernal Rage. So yeah, and then, you know, the Sunrise is off in there. If you're going second and you do the Infernal Rage play, you don't really want to go into the Elemental Hero Aqua Neos. You're trying to kill your opponent, so you go into Sunrise instead, which allows you to search Miracle Fusion and do your thing. So yeah, these right here, like I said, this is another Aqua Neos. This could probably be cut for the other Isolde, because I was running 2 of them off in there, but I had to cut 1 for extra deck space. So yeah, that's that little lineup right there. Then we got Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, late addition to the deck, but very, very good. Loved it. Yeah, gotta have them. Then our Link monsters, we got Isolde, Cross Sheep, Proxy Elf Magician, IP, Unicorn, Access, and Appaloosa. So yeah, gotta have the Isolde. Like I said, the other little Dolphin can be cut to put Isolde back in there so that you have 2 of them. Then Cross Sheep, essential for combo. Proxy Elf Magician, essential for combo. And then these right here, I just felt like were the best generic Link monsters. You know, you can climb up into Unicorn and Access Code Talker, or Appaloosa with just, you know, pretty much Isolde and Renard and, you know, whatever your equip card, living fossil. And yeah, or IP, you know, depending on your end board, you can end on IP and, you know, whatever monster you have up there so that you can make Unicorn to get an extra interruption on your opponent's turn. And then, like I said, you know, when you get hit with D-Barrier or something like that, or hand trapped, you have the option to go into either one of these, you know, big game finishers, cards that, you know, win the game. So yeah, that is my extra deck there. This side deck, you know, with the announcement of the new ban list, is probably going to be changed. Also should be changed depending on your locals. So, you know, that's what it is. 3 Ash because, you know, Unchained, branded, decks like that. 3 Nib also, you know, for Unchained, you know, and, you know, just whatever thing is nibbed. Heroes. Yeah, it just kind of depends, you know. Like I said, side decks are adjustable according to your locals and wherever it is you're playing at. And then the Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, because I don't really have a burn option often here, and I feel like it's really, really good for ending your opponent's turn, you know, pretty immediately when you're going into turn and they activate a card that you know is going to special summon for them. You know, they kind of just be like, maybe I shouldn't keep comboing off, let me end my turn, therefore you get a turn to be able to play. And then plus besides that, you know, you are gaining life points, so you know, heading into that time thing, you have a high likely chance of winning the game there at that point. So yeah, those are the hand traps, and then 3 evenly matched along with D barrier, hate back rows, labyrinth, what is the other one? Dragon Link. Just like any deck that plays like multiple, you know, back row cards back there and stuff, you want to be able to hit them with the evenly matched. Like, fortunately, the way the deck is built, we don't necessarily die to D-barrier. So even if you hit them with the evenly and they D-barrier you, you know, there are still options and things that you can do with the deck. But we do have the 1 D-barrier off in there. You know, you side it in, it's a thrust target, allows you to get there. Also evenly matched thrust target. And then our spells that we have: Dark Ruler, Feather Duster, Herald of the Abyss. You know, they're 1-ofs off inside of here, but it's almost like you're running 3 because of thrust. So yeah, of course, for Pearlies and what's the other deck? Pearlies, Kashtira, you know, whatever have you. Then Feather Duster for your back row decks, Dark Ruler for your big combo decks, and you know, so yep. That is the side deck. Like I said, it can be adjusted to however you want it to be. And yeah, like I said, crossouts probably would be pretty good off in there. It just kind of depends on your meta and what you're playing against, you know. So that is the side deck, and that is the deck profile. Y'all let me know what y'all think, what improvements, changes you would make. Are there cards that you feel like I'm missing or that I should add to it? Let me know. Shout out to my sponsors at Meta TCG. Y'all check them out. Like, man, y'all have really been like ordering stuff from them and buying stuff from them too. I really greatly appreciate it. Like, you know, also Opposition Games, OGTCG.com. Check out Alfred Johnson and his boys at the Ops over there. And yeah, so thoughts on the ban list thing. Thoughts on the ban list. I like it. It could have been a little bit more, but one of the things about the ban list is like with the disappearance of Arise Heart, one of the best things about heroes is, you know, us being able to run Forbidden Droplet, because we have a lot of, you know, spells that we can activate and monsters that do stuff inside the graveyard, like these all right here. And then, you know, also, you know, effects to lets us get monsters off the board to stop, you know, stuff like I don't know, skill drain, you know, just different things like that. And you can send them. Droplet is very, very powerful. Definitely have missed that card. Feels like it's, you know, a mainstay staple inside of heroes. It's because, you know, like stuff like this, you can activate a hero lives, you know, chain Droplet, send this, send this, send this. And, you know, it's crazy. Also, like I said, you know, if you need to resolve your Stratos, you can send him, get him off the board, you know, in order to resolve his effect and different things like that. So I do think like giving us Droplet back, you know, is going to have like a strong impact on our deck with him gone. And then also Bestial Magnamut being down to 1. I don't know how I necessarily feel about that one, because I feel like, you know, they might still just throw Druid Swarms off in there, because I don't think like, you know, I'm pretty sure like most of the time they were only running 1 or 2, but you know, now you just go up to 3, you know, just replace it. And then Lubellion still at 3, so he can pretty much search that by Magnamut anyway. And the thing about it is like with Branded Regain, if you're playing against Dragon Link, they're going to keep summoning that Magnamut out, you know, so yeah. Don't know how I necessarily feel about the Magnamut to 1. I wish they had put Druid Swarm there also to kind of deter them from playing that, but I do appreciate them hitting Chaos Space. They always end up getting that card. It's a really good starter for them. So yeah. So hopefully now we'll have a better matchup against Dragon Link. Definitely have a better matchup against Kashtira, and you know, against a wide variety of combo decks, because now we get our drip back. So yeah, get your drip ready. Heroes, you know, not necessarily our max rarity drip, but the forbidden drip. And yeah, appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video.
My wingman, he come through, he level up, he Goku, he shining out and popping too over 9K. That's a breakthrough. We on top now. Here's a look at our world.